You know, I'm not going to lie. The other day when I saw this article on CNBC Pro, Credit Suisse says sell AMC, predicts stock head to 95 cents. It gave me some pause and concern for a second. But then I thought to myself, why is this article behind a paywall in particular? And I want to talk about that tonight a little bit. The media going forward, its coverage of AMC in the theaters in general, some changes that might be coming, and what happened in Hollywood in Q3. Our earnings are coming up, as you guys know, next week on Election Day, November 8th. Is also going to be AMC Earnings Day. We talked about politics in Congress in the last video. I got into some of the reasons why I think that our best chains for making the market a fairer place for retail investors is by going through Congress. And then I saw an interaction take place between a congresswoman and a constituent the other day, which reminded me why I've never ever voted before in an election and why I'm starting to change my mind about that now. And if I have time before I let you go, we'll pop in and talk about the Gtii coin. I know there's a lot of people that are interested in that. I guess there's some new news. So we'll do all of that and a little bit more. But before we get way too far ahead of ourselves,
chew the speeder.
This is the way.
Good evening, beautiful people. Guys, what's going on? It is Monday, October 31st, 2022. It's All Hallows Eve, and right now it is late in the evening. Been spending all day trying to get these clips together. Start off with AMC. Let's talk about November 8th. I've heard some people in the last couple days talking about AMC going on a run before earnings, possibly getting some revenge on Aron for the way he's treated retail so far, or all of us who have invested in AMC at least. And here's what I'm hearing.
And if you haven't heard, I am going on an all-out warpath against the popcorn slug himself to get compensation, a major profit for all the time and money wasted on this particular play. That motherfucker who wasted years. I mean, literally, and I want payback. I want to also give a chance for my people, for ones who are stuck in, people who want to get back in and get some payback, a chance to make some profit, which is what my plan is. Coming in to swoop in and grab some compensation and spank this motherfucker and take off like a legitimate bank heist. So that is the plan, that's the goal. I am holding currently 10,000 shares of AMC with an average of 572. I am holding all the way until next week, win or lose, November. I have a stop loss engaged. I am not taking a loss. I'm already in the green, so I will end green regardless, but I want to see $8 to $12.
So that's one man's plan for AMC and his revenge for Aron. I would always say be cautious when it comes to stuff like that, only because when you get emotional in trading, that seems to sometimes be the downfall for some folks. Just going by the numbers for Q3 as far as a run-up in the next couple of days as we head towards earnings, this September, was the worst box office that we've had in 25 years. We had a slate of movies that came out that did particularly bad as far as numbers go. Two examples, prime right here on the screen, would be Billy Eichner's movie, that rom-com called Bros. As of right now, in the domestic box office, it's done about half of what its original budget was. So if you factor in they need about double of their original budget for advertising and to promote the film, we're talking about them getting back about 25% of their original investment. But they weren't the only ones, and it wasn't just because it was a gay rom-com. There was also the Lightyear movie that came out. Tim Allen got snubbed for Chris Evans, and a movie that we historically would see bring in over $1 billion was barely able to scrape up about a quarter of that this time around. And we had a similar situation take place with The Woman King, the movie starring Viola Davis. It opened up, had a great first opening weekend, and then a bunch of articles got released and videos were made on YouTube including one by Lupita Nyong'o talking about the actual historical facts behind the Dahomey tribe and how they were some of the biggest slave traders on the continent of Africa. Now, any good actor or actress obviously wants to go do their research before they are setting up for a role, and Lupita Nyong'o did that. She went to the actual coast in Africa where the Dahomey tribe was trading slaves. She filmed a documentary, and based off of her findings, she decided to leave the production, which I'm sure hurt the box office receipts, and in the end hurts AMC and our stock play. And so this goes across the board for a number of movies that came out in Q3. With that said, my hat off to Lupita Nyong'o, because it takes a lot of guts to come out and do what she did and turn down a big role like that I'm sure she could have made a lot of money on, but she stuck with her moral compass, seeing that it was basically based off a lie. And so shout out to her for doing that. So if you are looking towards Q3's earnings to make a run for you and get some revenge on Aron for losing you money from Ape or AMC, I don't think we're running into the best earnings report to do that with. Now, if we're talking about Q4, different story. We're already seeing better numbers coming back. The first big release, Black Adam, opened at 67 million, which is a little higher than the 60 to 65 range. It's now up to $250 million in receipts in its second weekend open. We also have Wakanda Forever opening in a couple weeks. And finally, we have the release of Avatar 2 after more than 12 years waiting for this movie to drop. I don't know about you guys, but when I was in the theater and this music and these visuals first hit me, I don't know, man, something just came over me, and I got a really excited feeling for a good story with good characters, something that's not going to preach to me, something I'd be able to sit back and enjoy and just take it all in. I think Avatar 2 is going to do extremely well. I think it will smash every box office record we've ever seen. And of course, because of Disney and their copyright strikes, I have to stop the trailer right there. But I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down when it comes to Q4 and the box office compared to Q3. And comparatively speaking, if we're talking about a run-up to earnings. Now, we start off in the intro. I talked about the exchange with Ilhan Omar. We talked about the Gtii coin. Doesn't look like we're going to have time to get into both. So what I think I might do is save the Congresswoman's outburst for another video and just really quickly touch on the Gtii coin. Apparently, there was some news that broke today, and I'm going to show it to you real quick, and then I'll get you out of here. Watch.
All right, motherfuckers, that's it. My car is here. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. If you cry for 30 cents, you need motherfucking help. I'll be back later tonight, okay? The last wine lounge is tonight.
So as of right now, that is the most up-to-date information that I have on the Gtii coin. Of course, if there is some new news that breaks in the next couple of days, I will bring it to you. But getting back to AMC, before I let you go, Q3 is going to be a tough one. We got to get over it. We're going to have the earnings coming up on November 8th, as well as the elections. There'll be a lot of news going on that day. All I know is that I'm still continuing to hold my shares, looking for better numbers than somewhere between $8 and $12. And I think just by holding out a little longer, of course that's not for everyone, but if you can, to get through these next couple quarters, maybe get AMC back to profit again, we will have a chance at much better numbers and a chance of actually short squeezing this stock. All right, guys, as always, thank you for all of your support. Thank you for the likes, the views, the comments. My new subscribers, my OGs, I appreciate each and every one of you. We are here to break the wheel. This is Ape Nation. I'm the Massalorian, and I'm out.